Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday at 9:30 p.m., Senator Kipchumba Murkomen and Senator Mtula Kilonzo Jr., together with the Honorable Sabina Chege, appeared for an interview at NTV. The main agenda of discussion was about the selection of running mate from either sides, the Azimio side and the Kenya Kwanza side. So that was the agenda of that discussion. And if you listen very carefully, there are 3 points that came out clear from this panel. The first issue, for those who listen to Sabina Chege very careful, it is now coming out clear that possibilities of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka deputizing Raila Odinga is very minimum. Secondly, for those who listen to Senator Mtula Kilonzo Jr. very careful, again, possibilities of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka appearing before the panel for interview as a running mate to Raila Odinga is not there. Kalonzo might not appear to be interviewed. And again, number 3, for those who listened careful to Senator Kipchumba Murkomen, it is now clear that all the infight and the competing interest in Azimio la Umoja is giving chance to Kenya Kwanza to celebrate. They are offering them fodder, all the infight. So that is the clear picture that has come out in that panel. And we want to dive deeper on the remarks from Sabina Chege, Kipchumba Murkomen, and Senator Mtula Kilonzo Jr. to explain what I'm saying here. But before we go deep into that, a quick request. You might be watching, but you have not yet subscribed. So I'm humbly requesting you to subscribe so that any other time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our 10 subscribers and anyone who drop comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our video to more viewers. Back to our discussion. Now, what shook me to confirm that possibilities of Kalonzo Musyoka will not become a running mate to Raila Odinga is the kind of qualifications Sabina Chege gave to a person this panelist is looking for to become Raila Odinga suitable running mate. She was clear that that individual should not have ambition to become president immediately after Raila Odinga. So the panel is looking for someone who is only going to concentrate on deputizing Raila Odinga, but not concentrating on how to become a president after Raila exiting power. They want someone who will concentrate on job. Not like what Ruto has been doing. Because according to them, comparing on how Ruto has played his politics, it means when Uhuru came in office for the second term, instead of William Samoei Ruto deputizing Uhuru Kenyatta, he used all the energy, resource, and the time to campaign for himself and plot on how he's going to take power from Uhuru Kenyatta. So they don't want the same character to happen on Raila Odinga's side. And now if you look at Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, when they were forming government with Raila, when they were forming coalition with Raila Odinga in 2013, called coalition, the issue was that after serving, there was a memorandum of understanding that Raila Odinga is going to endorse Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and support him. So they were never declared the winner. 2017 came. Mudavadi joined in, and that was now NASA coalition. Raila Odinga signed an agreement of which Raila Odinga signed to a new agreement with Kalonzo, Musalia, and Wetangula, in which Raila was supposed to serve 5 years, 1 term. Then after that, go ahead to endorse another person. So it was barring Raila Odinga to run for 2nd term for the office. So that means he was going to be a 1-term president. Then give the baton to Kalonzo Musyoka or Musalia Mudavadi. So you see, these were people who had ambitions to become president. And therefore, immediately they were going to assume office, the second person should be working on how to become president. That is what they want to try and avoid here. And remember, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka came out to talk about that issue, that Raila is supposed to support me because we agreed that after 2017 election, he was going to support me. That is what this panel is trying to avoid. And if you look at Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, that is what has brought division between him and Raila Odinga. And that's why even he went further to read that memorandum in public. So it means Kalonzo, in as much as endorsing Raila, and in as much he wants to deputize him, run with him on the same ticket, his ambition is how to become president immediately after Raila will be exiting power. So that alone disqualifies Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Because there is no way you're going to stop Kalonzo Musyoka from having his ambitions, because according to him, even is getting late to become president. So it tells you that there's no way this panel will allow Kalonzo Musyoka, after learning his behavior and his target. Number 2, from Sabina Chege. She was clear that in 2013 and 2017, about 50 to 52% of the vote that made President Uhuru Kenyatta the winner came right away from Mount Kenya region. And for that reason, you cannot avoid Mount Kenya in any matrix where you are looking for someone to win an election. So it means Ruto brought another percentage, then other percentages came from somewhere else. Though this one, we can argue about it, because most of us understand that Raila Odinga won election in 2017 without vote from Mount Kenya region. But of course, it was not declared. Instead, Uhuru was declared the winner. So going by the argument from Sabina Chege, who seemingly might be speaking for Uhuru, Raila, and to some extent, the mind of deep state, it means that you cannot assume the numbers from Mount Kenya region as long as you want to form the government. And therefore, comparing Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to Mount Kenya region, it means Mount Kenya has more numbers to bring on table than what Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka want to bring. So for that reason, considering a running mate, they have to look on the issue of numbers, geographical location, and population. I don't know if they are going to bring the 52%, because 52% of the total vote, that means Mount Kenya is voting 90% for that candidate. Or if they're targeting to bring maybe a half, that means 50% of Mount Kenya region vote, which will make a quarter of the percentage to make Raila Odinga the winner. So that is what they are targeting. And because of that, you see, definitely it tells you that Mount Kenya have a bigger stake in that. Then lastly, the woman card. They are talking about encouraging more women to come on the top table. And remember, Sabina Chege, Mother Karua have applied. They will appear before the panel, the panelists, to be interviewed. So putting all this together tells you that possibilities of Kalonzo Musyoka being appointed as Raila Odinga's running mate is very minimal. Now, number 2, coming to Mtula Kilonzo Jr. If you look on how Mtula Kilonzo was making it clear that calling Kalonzo Musyoka to appear before a panelist for interview when they know Kalonzo Musyoka, the work he has done in this country. He said even Kalonzo has written a book. That is the only thing they can offer to this panelist, to read that book, then consider if they want him to become Raila Odinga's running mate. But subjecting Kalonzo Musyoka to such panelist is a huge humiliation. That alone confirms that possibilities of Kalonzo Musyoka appearing before that panel is very minimum. Kalonzo Musyoka might not appear, in as much we understand this panel have kicked today the program of interviewing those candidates. So Mtula Kilonzo Jr. has made it clear that Kalonzo will not appear to be interviewed. That tells you that Kalonzo is not ready to accept the outcome of that process. He is against the process, and seemingly he might be have reading the mind of these leaders. Because at first place, before Kalonzo joined Raila and Uhuru, they promised him to make him a running mate. But again, after a short time, it changed now to a position whereby the coalition said they have to reconsider going through an interview. That the issue of a running mate is not settled on. So that alone made Kalonzo to feel betrayed. He is not ready. And Mtula Kilonzo Jr. went further to say that inasmuch you might not like Kalonzo Musyoka, inasmuch you might not be in a position to appoint Kalonzo Musyoka, you're not willing to make Kalonzo Musyoka running mate, please just give him some respect. So it tells you a lot. Kalonzo will not appear. Lastly, if you look at the reaction of Senator Kipchumba Murkomen, the Elgeyo Marakwet Senator, he has been enjoying the infight. He's not alone. Even William Samoei Ruto has shared the publication by the Star, and it's clear that in as much we are in different camps and we are competing, he feels that it is unfair and humiliating to subject Kalonzo Musyoka for an interview through a panel to make him a running mate. So you see, the Azimio is making fodder for Kenya Kwanza, and they are enjoying it. Musalia Mudavadi has been talking, Mudama has been talking, Wetangula has been talking. Everyone has been talking about this. And the issue behind this is just to make Kamba people to feel bad about how Kalonzo Musyoka is being treated in Azimio, and in return, they can refuse to go and vote or give a protest vote. So I don't know the end result, how it's going to go, but you can tell me in the comment section, what do you think about the interview that has kicked off from today going forward to interview a running mate Raila Odinga. Is Azimio la Umoja going to be intact after the choice of a running mate, or a split is going to emerge? Tell me that in the comment section. Anyway, in one of our past videos, yesterday videos, I saw a lot of comments, but unfortunately, I had a problem with the internet. That's why I was not able to respond. It's just now when the internet is back. But anyway, thank you so much. I'm going to try and respond to those comments, because there were so many comments, but I have to respond to all of them. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. May God bless you, and see you in our next video.